Hey Frank, Caruso had his kind of typical makes a bunch of big plays, leads the team in plus minus, drops some charges, etc. Did you enjoy seeing him hit that three in the final seconds?
Yeah, of course. For a lot of reasons, obviously it was a big shot for us to seal the game. But he does so much dirty work for us. It's ridiculous. And to see him able to contribute offensively the way he did tonight just felt good for everyone. And everybody's happy for him. But still, even though he hit that big three, to me the biggest play of the game was a containment play on Graham. Where he cut him off one way. Graham misdirected and tried to get a three off, and Alex came back and double hand contested that one as well. So just a great two-way performance by him, and he's definitely the star of the game tonight.
Frank, Andre Drummond was just talking about the difficulty of trying to find chemistry with different lineups every night, and I know that leads into the philosophy you've had about defense first and just kind of putting it together that way. Can you speak to that and how that played out in this game?
Yeah, it's just been a disjointed trip, a disjointed season, seemingly new rotation, new guys in there each night. And, our guys are just competing through it. They're giving great effort. We played against an extremely physical and tough and kind of wear you down opponent last night in New York. Arrived here in Charlotte late at night and got a completely different challenge from a standpoint of a young, energetic, in-your-face, pressuring type of defense tonight. And our guys didn't let it phase them. Was imperfect, but our guys competed through it, and we're able to get the W.
And then Frank, just your initial thoughts on when next time you play at Staples Center, there'll be fans in the building.
Can't wait, man! I can't wait. The mystique of being in that building with our great fans is a big part of why it's so cool to be a Laker. And it's just been absent this year, and it's been missed. And we're excited to have our fans back for sure.
Dan?
Hey Frank, I think you guys were up 7 or 8 when you called the timeout in the fourth quarter, and then Charlotte came out and went on like a 6-0 run and cut it actually to 1. And you didn't use any more timeouts. You kind of let your guys figure it out. What went into that decision to not call a timeout there? And then I guess when you talk about silver linings, having that group kind of figure out a way to win on the fly, is that something that can be valuable sort of long term for those guys?
Yeah, definitely a silver lining with how all these guys that are having small successes spill into when we are a whole. And in terms of the timeouts, I'd like to save my final 2 timeouts for the final minute of the game. There's a rule where all your timeouts that you have left over, you lose at the 3-minute mark. I was leaving Schroeder in there for a long stretch. I think 15 straight minutes to finish the game. And so I used 2 timeouts in the fourth just to get our guys legs under them, because you lose them at the 3-minute mark. But at 2:30 or 2 minutes, whatever point you're referring to, you start eating into your late game timeouts at that point. So you ask your guys to compete through that. You put them in actions that you think were going to work for you, and it all worked out.
Kyle?
Hey Frank, related to that, I remember Dennis hit a shot, I think to bring you guys to 92, and he just looked like so flat-footed and like he was maybe a little gassed. Do you think that, the toll of this road trip, especially how banged up everyone's been, sort of accumulated over the course, and did that come out a little bit at the end tonight, just seeing some fatigue?
Yeah, I think all our guys are really fatigued right now. We've been stretched really thin with all the injuries and the compact schedule and the seven straight road games. But we come out of it 4-3 on this stretch, 3-2 on this particular trip. We feel good about that, and we got a tough schedule coming up. But I definitely think that all our guys have been stretched thin, and they're just competing through it right now. So I'm proud of them.
Okay, last 2. Big?
I got 2 quick ones. One, getting back to LA, what does that mean for Anthony Davis's rehab and recovery ramp up?
Yeah, well, he's still in that. We'll have an update for you when he gets reevaluated when we get back to LA. No updates right now post game.
Fair enough. And the second question is Andre Drummond, 7 points over this back-to-back. He told us that he thinks that he's playing the worst offensive basketball of his career. What do you think of that assessment, and what can you guys do to change that?
Well, I think having LeBron out there with him will contribute, and AD, two elite playmakers. The last two nights have been difficult challenges. We had a really stingy defense that we played against last night that was intent to not let us post up by fronting and not letting our bigs get any post touches. And, tonight they played zone the whole game. You know what I mean? So you play zone to take away the post, to pack it in, and to take away players like Trez and Drummond. And, we just have to take what the defense gives us, which was a lot of perimeter shots, a lot of driving kick situations. And, it didn't result in Drum having a high point total, but I don't agree that he's playing really poorly offensively. Just the nature of the last two defensive opponents.
Okay, and last question, Anthony Field.
Hey, Coach. Just want to ask you, with everything that's been going on with the injuries that you guys have sustained, what's your assessment right now of the team that you currently have? I can tell after the last game, I can tell that you were a little disappointed in the loss, but the fact that they came out and got a gutsy win tonight, and then just overall how they've been finding ways to win ball games despite losing and not having your two star players. What do you think of the guys, what they're doing, and how they're handling this crucial time without their leaders?
Yeah, I couldn't be more proud of the effort they're putting forth night in and night out. Like I said, having been stretched thin with all the injuries, and we wanted to win some games along this stretch. And you have seven straight road games, and you come out of that plus 500 with not only Bron and AD out, but seemingly a new guy out each night. Kuz missed a couple games, West missed a couple games, Keith is a late scratch tonight. It's just been a challenge. So to come out of this stretch 4-3, we're happy with, but we still got a lot of work to do. We still don't have those guys back yet, and we got to win some games this week.
And lastly, I just want to say, how special is that? Your next game against the Celtics, along, of course, one of the biggest rivalries in basketball. Fans are allowed to attend. How crazy do you think that's going to be?
It's going to be awesome. I wish we had 18,000 fans, not 1,800, or whatever it's going to be. But at this point, I think just having those fans in there should give us a big lift. But we're looking forward to full capacity at some point for sure.
Okay, one more, Coach. We'll go Maximilian.
Thank you very much. With as many players out in the last weeks as there have been, the responsibilities for Dennis have been much bigger than anticipated at the beginning, I suppose. How do you think he's handled that?
Very well. He's a competitor, and he wants to do everything he can to win games, and he's in the prime of his career, so you can really sort of lean on him for heavy minutes and a heavy load within those minutes. But with what he does on the defensive end, as well as carrying a heavy load offensively. So, proud of him, being able to compete through this and carry a big load for us.